Hello YouTube, welcome to the Galaxy TCG YouTube channel. I don't really know what to do in this first video, but I'm basically just going to tell you what the Chaos Galaxy is, give you an insight on the trading card game, and if you like it, maybe you'll subscribe. My name is Zach. Some of you might know me as YugaBob3000 from my Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube channel. There'll be a link in the description below if you're interested in Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And yeah, basically, when I was 8 years old, I started making this trading card game, and I haven't really told anyone, but it's just sort of a hobby that I did, and I got pretty into it. As I've got older, I've sort of developed the cards over the years and stuff, and made them better and more professional looking, and I think I finally got them to a level where I'd like to show people these cards. But yeah, today I'm going to show you my trading card game, which is the Chaos Galaxy. So I hope you enjoy. Also, one final thing before I get into it, I want you to know that I haven't copied anyone with this. As I said before, I've been doing it since I was 8 years old, and I've just finally got to a level where I'd like to show these cards. Also, everything is hand done by me, so I've made up the rules, the backstory behind all the planets in the Chaos Galaxy and stuff. I've drawn all the artwork, I've printed them at my house and stuff, so yeah, everything's done by me. These are all the cards I've made so far. There's about 70, in between 70 and 80 at the moment, I can't remember, I think it's something like 75. But yeah, I'm going to show you the Chaos Galaxy. So this is it. Okay, so the way you play the game is you have a Galaxy, which is basically the equivalent of a deck. I'm still perfecting rules and stuff, and I need to play test some things, but I think it'll be around 50 cards. And basically your Galaxy will contain different cards, and there are 6 different types of cards, which I'll go through now. And what happens is creatures on your planet attack your opponent's creatures on their planet, and then basically when you kill a creature you get 1 point, and then the first player to 20 points wins. But it's a lot more exciting, and it requires some skill and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll show you all the different types of cards. So first off, we have planet cards. Now these have an ability that will affect all of your creatures of the corresponding planet. And yeah, planet cards, they stay there all the time, you can't kill them, and basically it says this is the planet Sheos, which you can see here. It's the first planet in the galaxy. All Sheos creatures on your planet gain 50 power, and then all the creatures in the game are from different planets. Like, for example, this guy here, Manflaki, is from the planet Sheos, whereas this guy here, called Drangel, which is a combination of a dragon and an angel, is from the planet Sindian. And so yeah, so if you had Sheos out, then if you played a Manflaki, he would gain 50 power, so his power would go from 250 to 300. And your Drangel, if you had that out with the planet Sheos, then nothing would happen to it. It just wouldn't be affected because it's not from the planet Sheos. And then creature cards, which are the main thing really. You do your attacking and stuff with them. I mentioned Manflaki and Drangel before, but yeah, so this is one example of a creature card. You can tell they're creatures by the blue background. Planet cards are purple. It says the planet name there, and then they have stars which you need to use to play them. But I'll go through that in another video. I'll do an in-depth rule video. And then in case you can't count, it has the star number down there where it says 4, and then that's the card number, and then that's the rarity, where because it's in a sleeve you'll be able to read that it says common. And there's common, rare, really rare, and ridiculously rare, and that's in order of increasing rarity. So yeah, planets, creatures, and then there's another form of creatures called combiner creatures, where they're like other creatures. They have power, health, and planets, and this is Sucker Slug here from the planet Gaios. And yeah, basically you just need to draw both of these cards, and then you can play them as one creature. So it's not 2 creatures, it's just 2 cards forming one creature. So that is Sucker Slug. And then there are resource cards, like Bone Ladder here. And then there's permanent resource cards, and the way you can tell is it says down here where it normally has the stars for creatures, it'll say resource or permanent resource, which means it stays on your planet after you've used it and you can keep on using it again. And then there are attachment cards, which you attach them to creatures. So say you have your Drangel here on your planet, and then your opponent can play KO. And the good thing about attachment cards is they can be attached to creatures on your field or your opponent's, on your planet, sorry, or your opponent's. So it says the attached creature's health will become 0, but no points are awarded when it dies. So you can play it on your opponent's Drangel to have its health go from 270 to 0. So that's just all the different types of cards, and now I'm going to go through every single planet in the Chaos Galaxy, and I'll go through some of the creatures on those planets. Okay, so we're going to start at the centre of the galaxy, and I'm going through the planet that I mentioned before. It's the planet that's closest to the Sun, which is the planet Sheos, and here it is in card form like I showed you before. And yeah, basically this is like the fire planet, so all creatures from there are going to be fire demons or lava beasts, or what can happen, I've done a bit of backstory for the planets. The Sun, which should be around here, will sometimes have big solar flares like spurting out of it, and quite often they'll hit the planet Sheos and blow up whole continents and stuff on this planet. And also some of the nuclear reactions from the Sun can cause big mutants and stuff to come out of the planet. So as well as just your regular fire warriors and things, you can have some weird mutants and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And my example card I've got for this is, I showed you him before, and here's Manflacky, who is card number 1. So it's the first card I ever made for the Chaos Galaxy. On to planet number 2 now, we have the planet Barrow. Again, it's just next to Sheos, so it's still quite it's still quite close to the Sun. And this planet's name is Barrow. It's called Barrow because most of the planet is just barren desert and this rocky area here, because like I said, the planet's still really close to the Sun. However, there are some really advanced civilizations that live on this planet, and they have built these huge metropolises here. So on the planet you're going to find sand spirits and rock giants and golems and things, and then you'll also find some robots and like scientists and stuff there. And here is Barrow in card form, and the example card I've got for this planet is here. He's called De, and yeah, 40 power and 340 health, so he's pretty good for sort of protecting your planet, and not good for much else because his power's pretty low. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a sort of glitter around the name box and the stats boxes. I don't know if you can see that in the sleeve and with the glare. There you go, you can see it. And that is because De is a rare card, not common. And yeah, just put him back in the sleeve. And we'll move on to the next planet. This is where the sort of, is there 6 planets in the galaxy or are there 7 debate comes in. Because this used to be one planet called Sindian, but what happened was half the creatures on the planet were good and they just wanted peace within the galaxy, and then the other half of the planet wanted war across the whole galaxy. They were just violent creatures, and they wanted Sindian to be the centre of the galaxy and rule over all the other planets. So these two guys kept disagreeing, so what the intelligent creatures from Barrow that I was talking about before decided to do, is they got their engineers and builders and whatnot to literally split the planet in half and keep it apart by using this energy source. Because the planet was no longer Sindian, because it was split in half, they decided to name one half Cindel, which is like Sindian and Hell, which is where the evildoers live, as you can probably tell. And then the other half is called Sindian, which is halfway between Sindian and Heaven, which is where the do-gooders live. And here is Cindel. And here is Sindian. And the example cards I've got for this, for the evildoers of Cindel, I have Demented Chicken Guy with 160 power, 130 health, and 3 stars. And he's not so much of an evildoer, he's just an idiot who will... Well, he is an evildoer, but in a sort of stupid way. And then the example card I have for Sindian is this guy, Drangel. I showed you him at the start of the video, who's halfway between a dragon and an angel, so he would live on sort of the heaven side of the planet. And yeah, he's pretty powerful. He's got 320 power, 270 health, and he's 6 stars. Okay, the next planet along is probably my favourite. And also, that's another thing, if you'd like to comment which planet is your favourite down below, then I'd really appreciate that. So yeah, I could just see what people like and don't like. So yeah, comment down your favourite planet. This is mine. It's called Gaios. It's similar to Earth. However, there are quite a few differences, like these floating islands and these weird coloured islands and these clouds that come out of volcanoes and stuff. So yeah, I'll explain this in another video, and like I said, I'm going to do a specific video on each of the individual planets where I'll go through all the creatures that I've made so far, some support cards, the planet cards, and everything like that. So this planet is called Gaios, like Earth. Gaia, I think, is the goddess of Earth in Greek or something. And there it is in card form. And so yeah, there's a lot of forests and stuff on this, so most of them are going to be tree creatures and insects and things that live in forests. So the example card I have for this planet is Scythesect. It's a 4-star creature with 230 power and 160 health. Okay, the next planet, this one's a bit of a weird one because it's not really a planet in a sense, it's more of just a dust cloud that's pretty much a huge tornado, and it's gathered loads of rocks and space junk that's flown into the tornado and got sucked in. and it's just there. Also, the planet's just pretty much a giant storm, so anything that lives on land is pretty much stuffed if you are on this planet. That's why most of the things that live there are like dragons, birds, or just things that can float around in general. And there's another sort of funny thing about this planet is it's sucked in all this weird space junk and all these strange rocks, and some of these have very peculiar properties which come in handy in the game. But you know, that's for another video when I go on about this planet, which is called Rokah. And here it is in card form. So yeah, this is just it's probably the strangest planet, but it's definitely one of the cooler ones too. And the card I have for the example of this one is Vezuzu, who's like a dragon with massive wings, so he can cope through the storms of that. He's a 5-star and he has 310 power and 180 health. Which brings me to the final planet, which is another one of my favourites, and that is the water planet, as you can see, because it's on the furthest reaches of the galaxy, so there's a lot of ice and stuff. There's no land on it, it's literally all water, which a lot of has frozen over. And that planet is called Palicium. So yeah, on this planet you're going to find a lot of water creatures, ice beasts and demons and whatnot. And yeah, so if you start off shallow on the planet where there's going to be quite a few weak creatures, like the example one I've got, which is Transponge. But then as you get further down into the depths of the planet, there are some really powerful, sort of huge sea serpents and evil sharks and things like that, which are pretty cool. So that's another one of my favourite planets. Okay, so that has been my video on the introduction to the Chaos Galaxy. I really hope you enjoyed it, and like I said before, if you want to comment down below which planet was your favourite, you've got Sheos, the fire planet, Barrow, the desert planet, Cindel, the evil planet, Sindian, the good planet, Gaios, the earth planet, Palicium, Rokah, the wind planet, sorry, and Palicium, the water and ice planet. And yeah, just comment down below which was your favourite. I also have an Instagram account for this channel, which is called Galaxy TCG. So if you want to follow that, I'll upload some of my artworks and like cards that are coming soon, videos that are coming soon, stuff like that. Also, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh, remember to subscribe to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel, which is called YugiBob3000. There will be a link in the description below. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I will upload individual videos about each of the planets, going into them in more detail. So my next video will probably be that on Sheos, just a video that's purely about the planet Sheos. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.